Are urchins yummy? What do they taste like? Well, today we'll find out. It's Will here from Tassie Freedivers, and we're about to head down to a little spot south of Hobart in the Derwent River, and we're going to try to catch our very own sea urchins to give them a try and let you guys know what they taste like. So the spot we're headed now, guys, is a little place called Boronia Beach. It's about a 15-minute drive south of Hobart, and it's a real hidden gem. There's a little sandy beach, some rocky headlands, and some really fantastic snorkeling. We've also got the captain, also known as Lewis, behind the camera today, who he featured in some videos back in the day. So it's great to have him back on board with the camera getting some footage. So the Boronia Beach is an absolutely fantastic spot to come in the summer. You can bring the family, bring your friends, all that sort of stuff, but don't bring your dogs or cats. And the reason that is because it's a nature reserve and it's a very important site for our little penguins. No cats have been let in. So these guys are the little huts that they build for the penguins, because there's a bit of a housing rental crisis at the moment, so they've made some public housing for the penguins. How good. Righto, so we've just been walking down towards Boronia Beach and we've come across this massive plant here, and these leaves are actually a thing called warrigal greens, and they've got a really beautiful, gentle, slightly salty, slightly vegetably taste. So we might grab a few of these and see if we can use them in our urchin dish. Good. Okay, so we're now down here at Boronia Beach. We'll just head up to the rocks over here, get our dive gear on and jump in. There's a lot more swell rolling in than we expected, so the water might be quite stirred up and murky, but I guess we'll jump in and see how we go. Is this how it ends? Has it come to this? But now I know how you take it. Just not and frown. You're still calling her day to day, yeah. She's what I say, a manipulator. Before I get in the water, guys, I've got some very exciting news, especially if you're a Tasmanian fisher or diver, or even just a Tasmanian in general. And that news is that there's a really awesome card game being released called the Big Fish card game. And this card game is super fun. It's all about Tasmanian fishing. So like, if you like your fishing, you'll be all over it. But essentially you get to manage your very own fishing spot. And at your fishing spot, you can grow fish and catch fish. When you catch a fish, you get points. But having more fish, and especially more big fish in your fishing spots, make your spot more productive so you can catch more fish in the future. There's a lot of strategy behind it, and it is a super, super fun game. The Big Fish card game, you guys, is 100% non-for-profit. Any money made on this goes back into the game and also into sustainable fishing in Tasmania. And the artwork is phenomenal. There's some really cool fish. And also the thing that we're catching today, the sea urchin, they feature in this game too. The Big Fish card game, guys, is available now on Kickstarter, where you can support and pledge for the game by ordering it. So the link for that is down in the description, so get onto that, support the Big Fish card game. It's an absolutely fantastic game, super fun. But yeah, we'll gear up now and get in the water. Pretty rough, pretty murky, and pretty cold. The short one, sea urchin, or the helio urchin. So here we go, guys. This is the catch. We've got 3 of these short-spined sea urchins, also known as helio urchins, scientific name Heliosideris erythrogramma. So these helio urchins are one of 2 species we get in Tasmania. We get the helio short-spined urchins and the long-spined sea urchins, which are called Centrostephanus rodgeri. And these short-spined ones are native, but they can be problems in some areas where they overgraze the kelp beds and cause barrens. Not as much of a problem though as the long-spined sea urchins, which have caused massive barrens along the east coast. There's a bunch of management going into those these days. The captain behind the camera, he managed to find 2 abalone, which is pretty good as well. Not huge, but they're just size, and that's what matters around here. But yeah, we're going to clean him up now. So to do that, This is the top of the urchin. You can see all these spines, and you do have to be careful with their spines. They're quite brittle, and if they get in your hand, they can break off. You flip them over and you find their mouth, which is down on the bottom. And then what you want to do is basically punch a hole, like a circle around the whole urchin, just like this. Just be careful not to spike yourself. Oh, there we go. So once you've got the hole in the urchin, you want to basically just tip out all the crap. And then, oh, this urchin has massive rows. Okay, so what we're going to do now is with the back side of a teaspoon, just scrape along the inside of the urchin shell. Get a close up on this, just like that. And that pushes the rows down, and then you can sort of scoop them out with the spoon, just like honey's on the way. There we go. So that is an urchin roe. Then what we're going to do now is put them into this little container of salt water to give them a rinse. We'll get the rest out, rinse them all. Then we're going to sit them on paper towel just to help them dry. If you have them while they're wet, they do taste very salty with all the water, so as much salt water as you can get out of them, the better. So we'll scrape these out and then give them a crack. There we go, guys, a beautifully cleaned urchin roe. Now I haven't tried these for a long time, and I used to not really like them, but I think it's because when I tried them first, we left the urchins out in the sun all day before cleaning them, so they went a bit sus. But these are as fresh as they get straight out of the ocean. So now we're going to try a fresh urchin roe. Oh, that's actually really nice. That one, the taste was a bit funny at the start, but then it's ended smooth and creamy. And these are a very sustainable species. There's no minimum size limit or bag limit on these, although the fisheries do recommend a minimum size limit of 80 mils, although it's not enforced, to be in line with the commercial sector, and a bag limit of 50. But like, honestly, you don't need anywhere near 50 of these urchins. Like from 3 urchins, we've got enough little food for a nice snack. You can take these home, make a beautiful pasta, all that sort of stuff. It's a good time. What I might do now is grab some sushi rice and we'll try and make a little urchin nigiri. So I cooked this last night. Just a bit of bog standard sushi rice. So what we've got here is a sea urchin nigiri, sushi rice, sea urchin roll on top. I'm going to give it a try. That's a good feed. Oh well, thank you so much guys for watching this latest video from Tassie Freedivers. Urchins, they're a good time, get into them. And also don't forget, you can pledge and support the Big Fish card game by clicking that link, and yeah, grab a copy. It's a great fun game and it teaches you so much important information about Tasmania and the fish that live here. Cheers guys, and we'll see you next time.